much more, which is going to be so the output is same, but the problem with these has been like if you just directly push it, you have 6 commits, but now we have master, we have 7. So that's an issue, but no problem, because it's much more better to check. It's not only or all the time about commits, it's sometimes it's all about security as well. Okay, so we have 7 commits out here. Okay, let's see the situation now, but we are going to currently learn about the fetching, pushing, and so on. Okay, now like in the previous labs we got Max to push his changes to the remote repository. The remote repository now has the 2 stories contributed by Sarah. Okay, it now has 2 stories contributed by Sarah and 1. Okay, now you also know Sarah created 2 files and Max created 1. Okay, Sarah's local repository does not have the new repository pushed by Max. Okay, here is the interesting factor. If we just go here, or anything like I can just create this one, maybe better for us, like Sarah. If we just talk about Sarah had maybe 1 2 3 4 5 commits, right? Just want to remove these ones. We just want to remove that. So why do we want to remove that? Because just for like we don't want to see these. Okay, better to just create this one. We just have. Okay, so when we had like if you talk about Sarah had one. What Sarah had actually in his local system, he had 1 branch, and if you talk about it, okay, Sarah had 3 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, that is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and you have 2 here, and these 2 are basically the same, and every time you merge a branch you just create 1. Okay, there's an issue. Okay, this is for merging this branch. Okay, so Sarah's master branch had kind of 1 2 3 4, and also it had just only 2 files, right? She wrote just 2 files, but in the remote repository now if you just take this situation, we have 3 files but 7 commits, but here in the situation we have 3 files but 6 commits. So let's see how the lab has been created. Let's see in the which situation. Maybe it should be this situation, because after this lab we're doing that. So let's see. Access, okay, credentials, login credential. Okay, can we do that? I don't think so. The reason is it was part of the previous lab, right? Okay, copy, sign in, can just get in. Let's see what is the situation. Is it part of, because we can easily understand by checking our this file. Okay, so 6 commits. Oh, okay, so we are basically following this one. Okay, so we just need to understand what's happening. So we are basically following this one. Okay, so we are not going to see this image. We are basically going and check it out, check this image. Okay, now understand what's happening. So we have here 3 files, 6 commits, and here 1 2 3 4, here 6 and 5. Here we have in Sarah's local system, Sarah's local, you can see if we can just move it down. Sarah's local system, we have 5 commits and 5 commits and 2 files. But in the remote or kind of in the GitHub or anything, we have 6 commits and 3 files. Okay, 3 files. Now, like Sarah is kind of behind, right? Behind from the team. So someone is like the team has more updates. So these are the things. Okay, no issues. I've done that. Great. Now what we can do is, there are 2 ways to go about this. The first approach is to fetch the remote branch and then merge it, and another from the local repository fetch the information about the changes. So there are kind of 2 things, basically fetch and pull. Okay, fetch and pull. Basically, what's the difference? Okay, that's the important part. So what is fetch and what is pull? Okay, so as we know, like we have two concepts, which is basically fetch and another one is pull. Pull is basically fetching plus merging. Can you see that merging? Okay, great. And fetching is basically kind of getting all of the things and again merging also. So we have two options. Okay, two ways to go about it. The first option is to fetch the remote branch and merge it. Okay, so fetch the remote branch. So what is that? That's the important factor. You know by now, like we have what I would say from the image where we are, where so the remote branch is basically master, right? The remote branch, we have only master branch. Okay, let's go here. You can see here we have just remote branch, which is master. So you can approach is first of fetch the remote branch, so get all of the updates from that branch and then merge it. Okay, so okay, let's go with the process. We will understand the both process by now. Okay, so we haven't done that. So what we are going to do, git checkout master. So why? Because you know now we are just starting option, and first of all I want to check if we are currently where, in which location are we in. So this pwd. So okay, I have to go to story blog first of all for sure, to that file. Yeah, now we are in the master, so I don't need to go to git checkout master. I'm already in the master, and now I need to write git fetch origin master. Now here is the important factor out here you have to understand. That is remove it, and we can remove these so that you can understand, like making less chaos, right? Now here, from here you can easily understand when we want to get it, we can use git fetch origin. Origin means what? The link, or means that links a remote repository, and then master, which branch? Remote which branch, which is basically this master branch. So this master is basically this. Okay, this is not this. Okay, you have to understand that this is the master. Okay, okay. Fetch it origin master. Great. Log. Okay, so previously we had like kind of 1 2 3 4 5 6, and in our local system we had 1 2 3 4 5. Right now what happens here, 1 2 3, we have 1 2 3 4 5, just 5. But thing is we have merged, like we have got, what I would say is we should have got the update, right? Now the thing is that if you just totally understand what is happening here, there's some sort of things which we have to understand. Okay, let's see what's happening. So as we have just so let me just clear this out. I am mentioned properly. We can just see how many files do we have. We have just have 2 files, which is frogs and ox, lion and mouse.txt. It's a bit tricky. Okay. Okay, wait for that. Okay, to view all of the branches, now the problem with here is, like you have actually created branch. Now there's an important factor out here, because there's some hidden branches out here. How? This is what we have to understand, because you know it should have been 3 by now or 5, right? But fetch works in a different manner. That is why in general we use pull. Okay, we will learn about it. So that is why I was mentioning in my all post and session, etc., that you have to understand the concept and what is happening here. So here you see it has actually got all of the updates, but it is not there in the master branch. There has been another branch that has been created. Okay, let's see. Okay, so how to see all of the branch in my local system? Git remote, sorry, you don't need to see that. Git branch dash a, that means all. Okay, now here is an interesting factor. you know, frogs and ogs was created before, like this was that, but we have another branch right now that is kind of another branch. Okay, and that branch has how can we understand from where it was created? Let's just understand. And if you have seen that, you can see now we have another branch that has been created by fetching. Basically we are creating another branch. Okay, and that branch has the name of the branch we are copying from. So it has we provide a master, so it actually copied all of the code from a master. It has created another branch. Okay, now that's great. It remote the remote branches have the prefix, so it has remotes. Though all of the, if we fetch anything from remotely, it will be here remotes. Okay, great. Now what's the problem out here? The problem is not that much. The issue is that right now we don't have the changes made, right? So let's see how we can make. So now that we have fetched the origin master branch, we can update our local master branch with the latest changes made on origin master branch. Okay, so that means origin master remotes is just prefix is available. The origin master is basically the branch that has been created when we create fetched. So that has been created, so we can just create it just like that. So it should be, it should have the name of origin master, and it has the change, that 6.1. Okay, after fetching, this is the change. So this master, so let's just remove some chaos. Okay, these ones, so that you can understand properly. Okay, great. And also let's remove these ones, so because this is what we learned previously, very far away, right? You just don't need to learn about it, surely, right? Okay, great. Now what we need to do is merge the remote master branch to the local master one. That means we can now merge it and make it to the, merge it and make it add it to the master. Okay, that is what we do in fetching. So we just need to write git merge then the other branch. Okay, so git merge origin master. So we don't need to write remotes because it is just to make us understand it is fetched from online or remotely. So currently we are in the master branch, and when we are here, we are sitting idly, and we are going to say, okay, fetch git merge. Okay, and then the branch name origin master. Okay, great. Paste it down. Done. Now it should have 6 commits and, sorry, again, my bad. It should have 6 commits and 3 files, right, in the master branch. Let's see if that is true. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Let me check git log. Here we can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this is the last one. Okay, and the last commit is also added to the master branch. And if we want to check how many files do we have now 6. So that is one way. This is basically fetching. Okay, to fetch it, basically you are working with remote repository. So, and also let me now remove this one command. Just I can write it down like fetching. Okay, it's better like to understand fetching. And fetching, what happened, it was a master, so we have actually created another branch with the name of actual master, but origin. Now how can you understand or why this origin actually came up? Because to refer to this link we have always used origin, this name, right? just that is why it is by default. This is what Git has created for us, like origin. This was the link basically. So with they didn't mention, they just used origin so that you can understand from where it came up, and from origin's master branch. So origin's master branch, we in the remote we don't have any other branches by now, okay, because we're not using this one, we're just using this one, okay, in this lab. So we can merge it down and it is done. Okay, so that is the step. So maybe I can just clear this out so that you can understand it properly. So it should be, maybe you can write down like merge. That should be something we can go for. Great. So that's good. Now pushing a file to remote. Sorry, it may be pulled, right? Okay, Max just pushed, oh, okay. Max just pushed another story to remote. Now here is an interesting factor that happened. What happened is Max pushed another file, but we are Sarah, like we are now working on Sarah. We don't know what happened. So what basically happened is Max actually here, if you check this example, Max actually created another file and he has pushed like that into the repository. Edit here and it should be like another. Okay, here's again pushed it. The situation has changed, that's the thing. So the remote is again updated, but we are back in the backend. Like we have just 6 commits, but the remote has 7. I'm assuming the situation. Okay, so Max just pushed. So we just need to go here and you can see just maybe, okay, now you can see here. So here, yeah, that's the thing. We have actually 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So Max has pushed another story. What was this story actually? Donkey and dog. Okay, you can see 1 minute back. So here, but here, if you just check out how many files do we have? We have 3. So in the remote repository, we have currently now 4 files. Again, we have just 3 files by now. So again, we can either we can use the fetch option or we can pull it down again. So basically there are 2 options. Okay, git pull origin master. So we can do that. There's an option. So basically we are using now the pull option. Now fetching and pulling is almost the same, but these are kind of different, because when you are fetching, you are actually creating another branch and then you are merging. But when you are actually pulling it down, you are doing something different. Let's understand by that. Let's paste it down and master. Let me just clear all of this stuff so things are easier. Now let's just let's check the branch first of all. Was there any branch that was created? No. And also you can't even see the remote one. So to see the remote one, it is basically hidden. Sorry. A. You can see, but you can see there is no branch that was created. That means, let me just clear that. That means now if you check the log, what should be there? We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. That means what happened is, when you are using pulling, it directly adds. Okay, it directly adds. Now how I would make you understand is like, okay, remove it. So when you are using the pulling, like pull here, like the 7th one will be actually directly added. Sorry, 7th, right? That's it. And let me clear the previous images so you can understand. Okay, this is what we have used pull. So in fetching as a concept, so if you can just summarize rather than giving you theory and then make you understand, it's better. Now what we have seen in fetching, what we're doing, first of all, in a local system, we might be here, maybe anything, and maybe here we are, maybe a lot of things that can happen and so on. And this is the master branch only, assume that this is local and this is our remote. From there I want to use fetching. So here we can see that maybe here 2 3, and here we have just 2. Okay, so when we are fetching, we have to first of all target in which branch we are going to target. So we have target maybe this master one, which is basically master. We can write it down. So it can be anything, no problem. We can just target. So that target branch will be actually copied almost. Okay, so you know when we fetch it down, so it's almost, there is another branch which is created, and the remote is something we are basically calling it as origin so far, right? So now we are creating another branch which is basically, sorry, my bad, it should be starting with origin and slash master, and the new change which is not available will be like this one, because rather than giving an example, it is very tough to make you understand. You will be, oh, what is that? Okay, so 3, and then you can then decide and you can create like another, so you can then merge it. So in fetch we are basically creating a branch and merge it, but in pool, which is basically fetch merging. So in general, what happens, the same situation if we had the situation about this, and we had only this one. When we use pool, we just add like pool what is there but not here, something like that. We just add this one. So this is what happens. So that is it. Like this is what this is how we can understand the total concept about fetching and pulling, right? So I hope you got my point as well. So let's see what we are up to. May I just post another remote? Let's retrieve that using the second approach, use the git pull. Okay, we've done that, right? Okay, great. What's the name of the new story added? Now let's check what are the files we have. Now we have 1 2 3 4 5, and we know this is donkey and dog. We have also verified it from here. Donkey and the dog. Great. So yes, we have learned totally the concept of both of the things.